Annabelle, pick up the phone. I'm calling from the kitchen. We just never seem to listen when we're sharing the same room. I'm not sure anymore what might get your attention. Every day you see me less than you did just the day before. Out there in the garden, motionless for hours. It's just like there's a statue dressed in Annabelle's old clothes. And part of me is afraid to wake you from the dreams you're having, scared the scattered pieces won't come back together whole. Annabelle, come back to me. I'm calling you from home. Annabelle, come back to me. I'm living here alone. Another quiet evening. That book that you've been reading's open, but I don't believe I've seen you turn a single page. Even here right beside you, I barely recognize you. You're like a photograph I'm watching fade away. And I wanna shake you, I'd prefer that you were angry with me. You're like a bird now looking lost without a cage. And I don't know what to call it. I'm not sure who could solve this problem of a disappearing girl on winter's stay. Annabelle, come back to me. I'm calling you from home. Annabelle, come back to me. I'm living here alone. You're in the bathroom with a flashlight. You're trying to weigh your shadow, yeah. You say it's gotten heavy, hard to drag across the floor. Same scene we had last night, and I still don't know what happens to you. I just stand here useless, sometimes listen through the door. The ringing in your ears has gotten worse, it's hard to take, you say. It sounds like heavy traffic as we're climbing into bed. And I believe I almost hear it. I know better than to touch you lately, praying I don't wake up to the car crash in your head. Annabelle, come back to me. I'm calling you from home. Annabelle, come back to me. I'm living here alone. You're in the bathroom with a flashlight. You're trying to weigh your shadow, yeah. You say it's gotten heavy. Oh, you're like a bird without a cage. And it's the same scene we had last night. I still don't know what happens to you. I just stand here useless and watch you fade away. 15 years from tonight, you have to make a decision. The greatest love of your life is gonna call during dinner from the home of the girl that he's living with now. And the proof, he says he's telling him he's wilted in the middle, and he knows a baddie actor knows he can't have you back. But the fact is, he can't be happy when you're angry, and you're so angry. He says you stayed so mad, and he heard it on the street that you moved back in with your dad, that you were drinking something awful. That makes him sad. And then he says it's good to hear your voice again, and that it's hard to ask it, but he's calling with a question. Cause he's been working real hard, he's trying to make a new start, an honest to God fresh beginning. So maybe you could try to finally find it in your heart to forgive him. But you've already been here before, you already know where it goes. You chose this, you know it's supposed to be over. You've been here before, you already know where it goes. You chose this, you know it's supposed to be over. You hung up the phone, you listened to the dial tone, and you stared at the stove until the beeping started. You read some love letters, some threats, and some you couldn't tell apart that you keep under the bed at the apartment. And then you did what he asked you to do. You opened your heart up right there on a napkin on the carpet. Part of it was frostbit, but you've always been a smart kid. Could still distinguish blood black as pitch. Valves are gone stiff, veins and scar tissue. 4 chambers, just a standard issue, but none had room. Forgiveness is huge, and you had 2 full of ice water, 1 full of salt, 1 packed with coal. Eager and ready and willing to find fault. You've already been here before. You already know where it goes. You chose this, you know it's supposed to be over. You've been here before. You already know where it goes. You chose this, you know it's supposed to be over. Then with your heart in your lap, your head in your hands, suddenly you had a plan. Wrapped the mess in newspaper, headed west on Hennepin, heavy with a huge favor for a kid that just turned 10. A flat-chested, gap-toothed girl was the best that I've been so far. And now I'm too big to forgive him. I need just a moment with me, a moment when I was still little. I used to sing on the roof outside my windowsill. I came home and some ghost of me would be here still. Here you are, a sick figure and a busted grin, still ignorant of all the trouble I'ma get us in, hoping we could trade just for tonight. I could borrow your heart, you could borrow mine. Not much of a collateral, tattered or battle scar, but I can promise you silent, I'll be back for it tomorrow. I only need yours this evening, so I can call an old friend, and I can tell him that we're finally even. You've already been